Good evening. I'm Alex, and we welcome you to Homebrew, presented by Raven and Blade. Homebrew is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons live play that was featured on streaming sites like YouTube and Twitch, and now, with the combined might of the Elder Gods, podcasts. Homebrew tells the tale of 5 emergent freelancers for hire: Gareth, the Battlemaster, the Elf Assassin Lee, Lux, the Gnome Wizard, Finny, the Gnoll Druid, and the Dwarven Barbarian Thoradin, and their adventures in the world of Elinadin. Having released the Tonn Boghe, rediscovering an old flame in the process, the party now makes their way to Delephran's capital city of Cyranor to deliver the Fragment and complete their mission. We hope you enjoy.
Jacob's like, come get him, baby.
Alright, so the turtle yoinks you along at probably twice the speed you would be going normally if you were just using the oars. And so you're able to get back to the ship in 2 hours, and you are happy to see that the ship is still where you left it. They waited for you. It is about... It's about 4 o'clock in the late afternoon, early evening now. Can you what?
I was going to say, could I have taken a short rest during that time? But I guess if it's getting later in the day, I won't worry about it.
You could. Yeah, if you just, that's all you're going to be doing anyways, just sitting there for 2 hours. So if you wanted to use that for a short rest.
Yeah, me too. I'm hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, I'll do a short rest.
Yeah, are you going to explain to anyone what happened to you in that fight? Why you suddenly started flailing like a baby?
That's true.
No one's even asked the question.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed.
You all right?
Embarrassed. Yeah, I explained that she must have cast something on me, and I envisioned a hole underneath me, and that I was going to fall to my death.
So both you and Gareth fell into her cavernous hole, is what you're saying.
Gosh, heavens. Well, they were both precipitously near, anyway.
Yeah, so it totally freaked me out.
That's fair.
And then-
Magic does fucked up things, man. It's cool.
It did. It played with my head. That's why I'm like, it took me a minute to even gather my thoughts afterwards.
So we made it back to the boat.
And now we know where your barbarian is weak. Anything requiring a wisdom save or an intelligence save? I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, it's intelligence. Yeah, I'm pretty weak in intelligence.
Duly noted. I'm making myself a note on my notepad, which is also my hand, because I'm not actually writing anything. So if you do a short rest in D&D Beyond, you can apply hit dice to spend, and it'll automatically credit it in Roll20. At least it should. That's the theory.
You all right, Heidi?
Yep, sorry.
Hairball?
Yep.
I know
What
it's
I'd like to do to recover.
No, we had our shifts worked out, but I didn't write down what they were.
Yeah, but Alex did.
I know mine was the night shift.
Yeah, I was on night shift with you. So we should probably be on. By this point, we've been up for a while.
Yeah.
So your panther putted out about an hour into the trip back.
So we're now at dawn, is what you're saying?
No. You're just now back to the ship.
Oh, there we are.
I should still have a panther.
How long? I thought it was only an hour duration. Is it longer than that?
No, it's till dawn the next day.
Till dawn the next. That's how long the animal lasts. Oh, okay. So yeah, panthers. Your wounded panther is still with you.
I like to sail.
Yeah, you're gonna freak out these sailors.
I brought back Fran.
I'd like to thank and honor the tortoise and the sea turtle in some way. Oh, I could give it some of my salt cod.
The turtle kind of brings you up to the rear of the ship where the sailors are ready to connect it and hoist it back up. And once you get up top, the turtle sort of just its head out of the water there towards the rear of the ship. You toss down the salt cod, and it swims over. picks it up, gobbles it, and then disappears underneath the water.
So, what do we before we all go separate and like start doing shifts again? What do we think we should do with this fragment? Right, fragment.
Maybe we should just.
Do we go forward with it? I mean, I definitely don't want to leave empty-handed, and I definitely don't want our reputation to be.
I mean, we could
stay with
we
it.
could accompany it. Yeah.
Observe the person who purchases it. Kind of, track the purchase and.
We could see how much it goes for. No, we didn't bring our gold with us.
No, but we brought our steel and tools.
We could
And our
not
main
let it get there and pawn it ourselves, or
Weren't you worried about our good name?
the rep. Yeah, we need a rep here.
yeah. But if we can repurpose it for something else, then or make a friend with a wizard that could use it or protect it, or a wizard school, or
Probably don't have enough information to go on yet as far as what you should do. I mean, just as a society, you know that magic comes from somewhere. None of you are enchanters, so you don't have any direct experience with how these magic items are created. But you certainly know that there are exotic ingredients and things that are used during the process of creating this stuff. So
Would
it's
I
not.
know anything more about it at this point? So I'm a researcher.
You are. You know that you've never heard it referred to as a fragment before. There have been certainly exotic materials that you've researched and you've come across in your time. Usually, and we'll say it's some. I don't have the material name at hand, but it's some metal that isn't commonly used. It's a very exotic metal that you see come up in pretty much all, now looking back, it's like pretty much all of the standard recipes that you found for certain things call for this particular type of metal. And you know that the fragment that's in this particular crate on the ship does look like metal. So you just wonder if this is just what you've already known to be this exotic metal, what they're calling a fragment.
I mean, I think it's worth taking our rest and seeing what happens.
Yeah, as long as we have somebody on.
Yeah,
on
who's up for guard duty at this point in time, Alex?
Well, let's check our list.
I was trying to look at the old chat, but I couldn't scroll back that far. It's like timing out when I tried to look at old chats.
Oh, I have it in
me too.
I have it in a form in the journal, in the campaign folder. There's watches.
Oh, yeah.
So, sundown to midnight is the first watch, which is Thoradin and Lee. 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sorry, we're in the second watch now. So 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. is Gareth and Finney.
Okay, I guess I'm on watch.
On duty.
I'm going to meditate.
I need a long rest to heal up more.
Yeah, Lux is going back to bed.
All right. I watch. What happened to the turtle?
It went away.
Salt and went away.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Can
took
I
the
go ahead
cod.
and hit long rest, Alex?
You can. All of you, in fact, can take a long rest now.
Except those of us on watch.
No, everyone can because 2 days have now passed,
That was a long watch. Kidding, I kid.
and now your watch has ended.
Oh, shoot.
So 2 days later, you continue the journey without
Really?
incident, and this whole thing with Osana happened on the 16th, and on the 18th, you actually arrive in Cyranor.
Oh no.
Oh no, she says.
Oh no, what do we do?
Now we have to make a choice.
Magnus
So-
is crying.
So Cyranor is a huge city. It's the capital of Delephran. It's easily 20 times as large as Whitecap, with a sort of a mixture of new and old architecture. Many of the larger buildings have domed roofs, which is sort of a thing that they do in Cyranor. It's sort of an architectural thing that they develop there, with a mixture of stone and wood and clay. a city of some sort has sat here on the end of the Jade River for thousands of years. Locals, the local fashion scene tends to blend sort of human clothing, mostly wool, with a lot of natural furs and leathers, which is an influence from the north, with northern-inspired face paint becoming more and more common, particularly among the Rashian. And as sort of a rebellion against that, the local Lanfal, they kind of go against this practice by wearing more elaborate headwear and hoods. So you have the Rashian humans and their face paint, and the Lanfal humans and their hoods and their fancy hats. And I have a map.
Yay, we did it.
Most excellent of maps.
Why, thank you. So Cyranor has a population of about 104,000. It is the seat of the throne of Delephran, where King Jareth or Del resides. He is known as the Fourth Crown. Their sigil is a rising sun over mountains with antlers, representing their. They tend to the sort of the state religion is of Anu, the one god who is the god of creation. The docks are massive, like 5 times as big as the one in Whitecap, and they have a whole section where they only build ships. That section is sort of over to the north side of the docks. The rest of the docks are all just cargo coming in and out of the city. Your ship comes in through the water, comes into the dock area, pulls up to one of the outer docks, and immediately begins to unload. As soon as they get there, the stuff starts coming off, and you are now in Cyranor. And so as the ship is doing all of its docking procedures and the cargo is starting to be unloaded, Peria, the captain, sort of sitting there, watching over everything, and you go up to her and she just shakes her head and she's like, all right, let's not have trips like that again, shall we?
I wasn't the one driving.
Are we going back with her, or do we need to arrange for something else? Considering
no, you're gonna be going back with her, but it is going to be about 3 days before they're going to be embarking to go back. I'm not sure where I put it, but yeah, it was going to be a couple of days that they were going to be at dock in Cyranor, so you have a chance to disembark, explore the city a bit.
Yeah, I'd like to do that, but
Follow the fragment.
yeah, I
so
think
do
that's
we
our
feel
plan
like
right now.
our job was to deliver it here, like
Yep.
job is done, or do we have to keep dibs on it until it is sold?
No, your job was just to get it to Cyranor.
Hold on.
Do we know where it's going to be auctioned?
No, you don't.
Whatever.
I think we'd
Is
like
there
to
a way
find
for
that
us
out.
to find that out?
Is
Yeah.
it dude that's gonna stay with it the whole time? Surely he knows.
Yes, but he's not allowed to tell you.
I think he would trust us after everything that's happened.
Right?
Oh, he definitely trusts you, but he's under orders. I mean, he.
Look, man, we stole
This is-
17 gold pieces off a bunch of dead bodies, so like...
The auction house.
True.
The auction house.
Cast
Other
the veil back
card.
with us, right?
The auction house that this is being sold through. So much money moves through this place that it would make your eyes bleed. We're talking like the top pinnacle of big spenders.
Ooh,
So-
1%ers.
Yeah. So when you're talking that kind of money, it's like no one is untouchable at that level.
So they're what is that called? The Mets? They're Mets?
The what?
Mets?
From Aldred Carbon.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we just have to be shady AF and follow the thing then.
I've
That's
got
good, sneaky.
a lot of stealth.
We got some
I do
critters.
not.
I could follow it.
So
At this point, we have a full bag of tricks.
when the crate containing the fragment is unloaded, there is a retinue of city guard there to meet it. There are 20 of them. They're known as the Gold Sun, and they are all mounted, and they have a wagon with these very magnificent horses pulling the wagon, and
Lovely.
the wagon is like this
you wanna
intricate
bet the
piece of
Frisians?
work. How much you want to bet what?
They're Frisians. They're always Frisians in the movies. Sorry, we're moving right along.
Yeah.
No, they're not Frisians.
Really?
Yeah.
They're
What are they?
They're
harness horses.
They're well-bred Dutch harness horses.
Okay, I'll accept that.
You're welcome, Alex.
I was going to say that. Dutch harness horses. I was going to say that. Thank you for backing me up there.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so there's this whole retinue of people there to guard the transfer of the fragment off ship and into the hands of the city. And it's carefully loaded down, brought out, loaded onto the wagon. It's a wagon with just the thickest sort of iron gated door that is shut, and then several padlocks on it.
I want to do some sort of, I don't know, investigation or something.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check. As far as anyone can tell, including Lee, this is the actual crate from the ship. You can see where you pieced it back together after the crash and everything, and you had to kind of put it back together and put the fragment back inside. So you still see all of those same marks and everything. As feel pretty confident that this is the actual fragment being loaded onto this wagon.
Okay. That should also make it fairly easy to follow.
And the retinue starts off down through the dock area. There's a caller sort of out in front telling people to disperse and move to make way for the train coming through. What do you do?
We want to follow.
I follow at a safe distance.
And we follow at an even safer distance.
All right, so the wagon sort of takes a course through the city. Actually, it probably wouldn't go that way. It would probably go this way, and it goes up down that road, and it turns
I pull
left,
out my skateboard and I sketch on the back of it.
and it goes through Center Mark, and it
Are you
turns
drawing on somewhere that we don't see?
on the map itself,
I see it.
There it goes.
Okay.
and it's going up through there, and it's going up through there. Then it turns right at the Dawn Arc, and then left, and it's heading for the castle gates to where they pass through.
Garrett, have you been here before?
There's a chance as a visitor, probably not to the castle itself, but his family could have taken a trip at some point that he may have come with them on.
So is it going into the castle itself?
It goes into the castle itself, into the castle grounds. Very highly fortified gate manned by...
Are we in good with the castle people?
They don't know you from... They don't know you.
I'm a little sailor druid. All right, should I become something real quick and scamper up onto that?
That's probably not a bad idea.
Okay, I duck behind whichever one of them is tallest. I guess I duck behind Gareth and transform and scamper on up the wagon wheel.
Well, the wagons, I mean, you guys weren't right up next to it. It was a distance ahead of you, so as to not arouse suspicion. And it goes right through the gate when it gets there, and then the gate is closed behind it. Do you want to try to sneak past the gold sun?
I feel like
I couldn't. You chopped out there for a second.
Ooh, I want to try and pass.
Hold on, Heidi first.
Oh yeah.
What kind of gate is it?
It is a thick iron portcullis, but there are two layers of it. There's a sort of an outer portcullis and an inner portcullis.
Very, very Witcher. Okay. All right. And are there any other ports of entry?
From where you are standing, I mean, there are side entrances for soldiers on either side of this whole tower complex where the gates are. There might be something further down to the east or the west along the city wall, but not that you can see from where you are right now.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go for it.
I say you go for it.
Scamper. Dude, I frisk and scamper like a regular rat.
All right, make a...
Mouse would be a better choice.
Am I able to do beast sense on her to get an idea of in case she gets in danger?
Oh, that's pretty good.
That seems like that's something that's worth a Google search. Let's see. Google beast sense
That's pretty good.
wild shape.
That would be so super useful.
It would work if they're willing. The spell ends when they change back to not being a beast anymore.
I'm
All
willing.
right.
And touch me, Thoradin.
All right. I touch you how you like it.
You scritch her little rat butt.
And then I scamper on.
All right, make a stealth check for me, Finny.
These never go well. These just never go well.
Well, it'll go well.
Oops, I didn't mean to do 2. Sorry. It's not so well. Of course, it's busy and there's stuff going on. Oh,
So a guard sees you nearly immediately, and he just sees a rat coming towards the gate, so he just kicks and sends you flying like 15 feet away, and you go sprawling into the dirt.
Oh, that's harsh. Ugh.
But she gets in.
No, she got kicked back out towards
I got
into the
yeeted.
city.
All right. So I shake it off, which
The-
takes a while. That little rat feet.
The doors are very well made. It's going to take yes, you
They're
are.
gonna be rats.
It's going to take a dexterity check to try to scramble your way through the very tight opening. The doors are fresh and well tended, and the seams
Oh,
are
God, I need to
small.
get my head out of the gutter.
How about athletics or acrobatics? I don't have dexterity.
You have everyone has dexterity. It's one of your main
Oh,
abilities.
Big number up top.
Yeah.
I prefer acrobatics. I think acrobatics is more appropriate. It gives dexterity.
Yeah, you're just not able to find a good gap that's wide enough for you to be able to slink in.
How
You're
tall
having
are
a
the like
hell
castle
of a
walls
ride
or
here.
whatever, the outer walls?
How tall are the walls?
Yeah.
This section of wall around the castle for the king are probably about 35 feet tall,
Oh darn it. Okay.
and they're buttressed
one of us
and
could,
very
like-
thick.
I mean, we
doesn't
still have a panther, but I think someone would see him.
doesn't somebody have a magic hand? Could they lift the rat up on top of the wall?
We just
That
yeet the
is
rat.
an excellent idea.
Please, yes. I come back in defeat.
Like somebody is
All
like
right, I
chuck
used my mage hand
the rat
to
over the
lift
wall.
the rat. How tall is the wall again?
About 35 feet.
35 feet?
Yeah.
All right, I used my mage hand to lift the rat to the top of the wall.
And how do you do this without being seen?
Lee and Thoradin and Gareth start
Great.
dancing provocatively, loudly, and badly about 10 feet away, screaming at the top of their
Perfect.
lungs to bring all attention onto themselves.
Perfect.
Well, not Thoradin. I have to stay focused, I think, on my animal beast.
Okay, so Gareth and Lee start making absolute fools of themselves.
In a lewd and provocative way. Fantastic.
It's ridiculous. Like,
No one can look away.
no one can look away.
A group of about
For performance.
one of the Gold Sun soldiers sees this and bangs on the guard door, and 5 other soldiers come out and start walking in sort of a formation towards where you guys are.
All right, do I
They
get
keep
the rat up there
dancing.
before this happens?
This is all happening sort of at the same time. So you're just going to gently raise the rat up to the top of the
Yes.
the wall, and just
And if they question me, I was concerned that the rat would get stepped on.
so your mage hand goes up with Finny, and you deposit her on top of the wall. It's there's sort of a solid wood walkway up above. It's about 10 feet wide before the back part of the wall, with multiple soldiers lined up on the wall at their guard posts. On the other side is another 35-foot drop down to the inner ground surrounding the castle itself. where
feel like
the
I
where
can
the
do
king
that.
resides. Say that again, Heidi.
Also stairwells.
Yeah, if you go hunting around, you might be able to find something. So while you're making your way towards the central keep where the gate tower is, these soldiers come up and just sort of push. The two front lead ones just start pushing at Lee and Gareth to try to clear them out of the area. They're just like, hey, all right, that's enough of that. Come on, let's get going. Move along. We have no silliness here.
All right, so we're good.
All right.
Stop dancing.
Stop that. That's silly.
All right.
All right, so I sneak down.
Maybe. So there's another equally well-made door up at the top that you need to try to find a way through. So go ahead and make another dexterity check. You are not able to find a gap large enough on this door. If you go down the other direction, I mean, it's going to be
Right?
it's going to be a pretty good haul. But you could go down to the next tower.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about doors. You said it was a wood construction. I'm just going to climb over.
No. Just the
wall and down.
no. The wall is stone, and there's a wood walkway on top of it.
Okay.
It's like if I
How far
can
down is it on the inside?
sketch it with a mouse, it's like you have one side of the wall, and then there's a wood walkway up above, and then the other side of the wall,
Okay.
and then there's like
So
stuff on the
wall.
inside. So you're currently up here.
Yes, I'm going to jump down and flip and slide down the wall to the inside.
All right, so Finny, make a dexterity save. Okay. You don't land the most gracefully, so you do take a small amount of bludgeoning damage. You take... Where's my dice tower at? You take 1d4 damage, 3. So you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage when you land, and you are in rat form right now. Is that one already set up? I hope it is. Let's see. Wild shape.
Oh, that's
Rat.
true.
It is.
You're right.
So when the soldiers are pushing you away, do you guys succumb and allow them to push you off?
Oh yeah, we weren't.
Well, remember to take care of your dwarf since he's seeing through my eyes right now.
Yep.
Remember to
Hey,
sounds
Ron, are you
public
passing
service
this-
announcement. Remember to take care of your dwarf.
Are you passing this along to us?
So the wagon is being brought. About half of the soldiers sort of break off once it's within the castle gates, and the wagon itself is brought to the southeast of the castle, back to sort of a warehouse area where this other retinue of people, they're a variety. There's some people in robes, some more soldiery type looking people. They are sort of talking lightly amongst themselves as the crate is unloaded and then brought into a warehouse there in the castle grounds area.
I look around slowly so that Thoradin is able to get a really good idea of exactly where I am.
All right, you still? Is there a range on this connection, or is it a?
Let's see.
It seems like it's a infinite range. So yeah, Thoradin has a good Wi-Fi signal, so the stream is crystal clear. Remember to smash that like button, Thoradin, while you're watching.
Yeah. And so I try to describe to them what I'm seeing and what she's going through.
So you guys got sort of pushed down the street a bit. So what are you looking for exactly? The crate is brought into this warehouse. It's a warehouse full of materials, different crates and whatnot, and it's sort of slid into a space. It's actually an iron cage that they place it inside, and then they lock it up. As far as you can tell, they haven't taken anything out of the crate, and then they verify that all is good, and then they leave it there in the warehouse.
Are there many people
Lots.
in that area?
Yeah, there are lots. It's sort of a.
So it's being well guarded, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah. You estimate with a city this size, they probably have close to 700 city guard alone. Also the king is responsible for the armies of Delephran, which are up to 35,000 people. So during
So they are
wartime,
taking the guarding of this artifact quite seriously, is what you're saying.
yeah, I would say that. It's probably
Are we still
a bit
thinking
out
about
of.
stealing it.
It's a bit outside of Finney's direct experience. I think. I don't think you've ever been in a city quite this large, have you?
I mean, I'm a sailor, so I've been to all the cities.
How much time have you spent in the cities, though? Especially in the castle walls of the king
Not
of the
in the
neighboring
castle.
kingdom.
Definitely not in the castle. I'm thinking that probably, in order for us to know, since the auction is a secret, in order for us to know when it's going to happen and where it's going to happen, I probably need to stay with it.
This is a reasonable assumption.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not worried about stealing it right now as much as learning who wants it and who's going to have it.
I agree with that.
My goal right now is to find, once it gets settled, I'm just going to kind of hide. And once it gets settled and everything settles down, I'll try to find a way into the crate itself. Hopefully with an air hole. And maybe be able to see what's happening so I can just travel with it instead of having to sneak behind it.
It's going to be awkward when 24 hours passes and she's a dog again.
Yeah. That will be something.
Well, it definitely. You guys hang around until the sun goes down, and there's been no change. Probably getting hungry.
Are you trying to tell us we should give up on this?
All signs are pointing that this is perhaps not the best course of action at the moment. You can certainly follow this course of action if you like, but it's not. It's
Not going to be fruitful. All right then.
All right. Do we get Finny back?
I guess I'll scamper on out of there. Go back to my friends.
all right. Make me a dexterity check, unless you want to try to stealth your way just through the gate itself.
That's a saving throw. Hold on.
The next soldier may not be as nice as a kick, though. They might actually just try to stab you because you are a rat.
Oh,
No.
So that closest tower you're not able to get into. You could try an athletics check to scamper up the wall. Or acrobatics, I'm sorry, not athletics. Oh, but you crit on the athletics, so yeah. Yeah, you just Rocky Balboa your way up the wall, all the way to the top, scrambling up, and then you tumble down the other side. Just managing.
That you think it'll be a while.
You land, actually, this time you land in like a bale of hay that's down at the base of the wall.
Nice. That's much nicer.
So it just makes a little sound as you land, and you don't take any more damage.
But I do take a couple of choice nibbles.
And you look over and you see another male rat who's giving you the eye.
And I say, Thoradin, get out of my head for a second.
He likes what he sees. You hear the same music playing that was playing in the Pitchfork Tower between Gareth and Osena.
Lordy, help me.
Let's get it on. Are you guys still waiting in about the same place?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Eventually,
So what you're
they
saying
have-
is we should give this up and go back to the ship.
not necessarily go back to the ship, but following the crate, it doesn't seem like seems like fate is pushing against you as far as trying to
I think we
follow
should
the
duck
crate.
Let's duck into a tavern and have a beverage and see what fate, the DM, guides us towards.
That sounds good to me.
I mean, let's be fair. This is the capital city of a major kingdom, and you're trying to sneak into the castle grounds to follow a crate. It's not the
Nothing wrong with
easiest
it.
thing. I'm not saying
Snuck.
I see
right
nothing
that,
wrong
and
with
you
this course
snuck
of
in.
action.
But honestly, what were you going to do by yourself with the crate?
Get
All the
information.
things. Yeah.
Well, you know, right now you know that the crate is locked away and for the moment safe inside of the castle grounds in Cyranor.
So what you're saying is it worked.
So go drink to your success that we have at least captured a good.
The
We
crate is
take
safe till we
we take
all
another
level
long
up.
rest so that Heidi gets her wild shape back.
And I gotta pee real
I-
quick. Think about what you guys want to do next, and I'm gonna go pee real quick.
I agree that we go to a tavern and have drinks.
I, partner, breathe. Rogers!
See, that's a pretty tricky hat, isn't it? Partners, how would you like to surprise your pals like that? Well, you can with my new Roy Rogers Quick Shooter hat. It's by Ideal. And here's how the Quick Shooter hat works. Just press this secret button right here, and a replica of an authentic Western pistol pops out and fires. It's your secret weapon, even when they think you're unarmed. So get Ideal's new Roy Rogers Quick Shooter hat at your favorite store today, and you'll always be ready for anything. Ask for Ideal's new Roy Rogers Quick Shooter hat.
Lucky beer, premium beer, lucky premium beer, so lively, get lucky, swing to exciting beer flavor.
Finest ingredients, aged for flavor. That's Lucky Lager, flavor that's entertaining, enthusiastic, a very exciting beer.
Lucky beer, premium beer, lucky premium beer.
And DM, while you were gone, we went ahead and just awarded the 17 gold that we found to Malibu Stacy.
All 17 gold?
Hey,
Jackie
hey.
doesn't have any gold really right now, and we have some, so we're gonna have her hold on to it. I mean, we work as a team anyhow.
Welcome to the team. We'll get our big paybacks when we...
All right, so you pass. I mean, they're just
Team's unfounded.
no. I'm right with you. City this size, there's probably a good 400, 500 taverns. The three closest. The three closest now, the Dawn Arc, which is the part of town that you're in at the moment, waiting for Finney to come back. The Dawn Arc is. You got to get a sense that this is like the Noble District. This is where the big money is. There are some shops, but mostly it's nobility and it's manor homes. So you could hang in this area and try to find a tavern, or if you want something a little bit less upscale, you can head back towards the dock, the district that you pass through to get to the Dawn Arc, the center mark. That seems more like what you're used to in Whitecap.
Because if we're trying to keep an eye on who might be interested in buying, I feel like we need to hit up the higher. Maybe we have Gareth hit a classy bar and we hit a scrummy one, or we all hit.
So you want to split the party?
I don't know if that's a good idea either, but I feel like good information can be gained from both going to a classier establishment and hitting the slums.
I'm fine for getting good ale.
Yeah, let's start off with something good. I mean, Lee's rolling the dough. She can buy.
Yeah, she can buy tonight since we slid her all the gold.
Well, the closest one to where you guys are now, it's a place called the Iron Lute. It's a 2-story inn.
L-U-T-E or L-L-O-T?
L-U-T-E.
Okay.
And it's
that sounds very phallic.
It's a 2-story. It's an inn and a tavern, and it looks like a decent enough place.
Do we need lodgings, or are we staying on the boat?
It's up to you. You can either buy lodging in the city, or you can sleep on the ship.
I'm most comfortable on the ship, but
I mean, I like my bed there. I'm good with that.
It's free. Can't beat free.
Yeah, it's a good price. We know it's safe.
Yeah,
That's true, too.
So the Iron Lute, it's a fairly large place, big open room, live entertainment when you come in. And they seem to feature meads prominently. Like they make their own meads. They've imported stuff. So this is like mead central here at the Iron Lute. Everyone seems so impressed. I assume you buy 2 of everything.
like mead.
Yes.
Do we have like a tavern layout here that we get to look at?
Imagine it's a large open room, sort of on one wall. There are like 2, like sort of center fire pit circles with chimneys going up through the ceiling, and then a large stage kind of in between them on one side where the minstrels are playing at the moment.
Minstrels.
Multiple tables everywhere. They're sort of round. Why was that funny?
I'm sorry, I'm a bad person.
No, what does it mean? I don't know what it means.
Minstrels instead of the minstrels.
Oh, the minstrels. That's what they call themselves. That's the house band for the Iron Lute, or the minstrels.
Iron? Iron loot.
The iron loot. Yep.
Iron. Yep.
It's canon now. I'm putting this in my thing. House band. The
And no inspiration card. Fine.
minstrels.
So, I am going to play a card.
What? Oh God.
It's called Mistaken Identity.
Oh God. You're gonna sling this 15 minutes before we stop the game?
Yes, because I'm there in life right now.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, look at his face.
Can you say derail number 2?
Oh man.
All right, well, but we're not doing this tonight though, because this is. I'm gonna keep that right here on the board.
Oh, Alex, no.
You're making my life a lot of fun there. Thanks, guy.
To remind us.
Oh my God, your face.
To remind me next time. You gotta understand, I've been used up already this session by what Jacob pulled, so.
At least
Hello.
my card was intended to help the party and move the story.
You're just doing your card out of spite.
Yeah, her card's a
I
side
wanted
card.
2 new ones and it seemed like a good time.
All right, so at some point during your time in the Iron Loot, someone is going to mistake you for someone else, and it's going to cause some problems.
For a murderer.
If you're not going to go with it, I'll take the card back.
You can't take it back. It's already on the board.
Well, then you got to go with it. You're an actor.
I am an actor. You can't throw that at me.
Or the actor, remember?
Have to yes and.
Oh my God, I almost spit my wine out. Alex, your face is the most amazing thing.
This is a face of focus. I'm looking for
Sorry,
something
guys,
right now.
just, you know,
Oh no,
the rat
I'm
thing
loving this.
the rat thing didn't work out, so I figured, fuck it, let's burn it all.
And I'm at that point in tiredness where like literally anything is funny. So
That might be why it happened. I'm at that point in the bottle too.
It's a bad combination.
Alex, I love your face. Makes me happy.
Your mom loves my face.
She probably does, that whore. So we're in the tavern drinking. We're all having mead.
I'm enjoying my mead, probably getting some like a nice hearty stew, or what do they have to eat?
Yeah, is there food?
There is food.
Yeah, we're
But you can't distract me from coming up with something. They have wild boar chops.
Do they?
Ooh.
They do.
Chop it.
You know, Alex, I just hope you appreciate the fact that we appreciate these cards that you give us, and we know how much work you put into them. So it would be tragic to not use them after all the effort that you have put in.
Roll for BS.
No, that's actually true.
I know it is.
So at some point during the evening when you guys are sitting, listening to the music, drinking your mead, getting some food, munching on your wild boar chops, this really sweaty guy comes sort of pushing past the crowd, and he's holding this big parcel in his arms, and he stumbles up to your table and he drops it right next to Lux on the bench, and then he takes you by the shoulders and says, "They're looking for this. Make sure you go back to the place." And then he kind of looks around, and he dashes off through the crowd.
Case of mistaken identity.
And he's gone through the crowd. The bag is moving, like there's something,
slowly shove it under the table.
like there's something alive in it.
Don't care.
It cries like a baby.
I smother it with my mage hand. I use mage hand to smother the bag.
The baby cries diminish and then grow silent.
Okay, that's good. That works out.
Your alignment is now chaotic evil
Okay.
because you're a baby murderer. No, but seriously, so this bag is deposited next to you, and the guy just takes off.
Can I smother it now? Do we open it? Like,
You started this. It's up to you.
I order another round.
Another round.
And I ignore the package. Barkeep, this is not mine. Please dispose of it in yon dumpster.
We have an abandoned package here.
We have a case of young teen prom that is not my issue. I'm small but not young.
You hear literally a baby start crying from inside the bag.
I literally smother it with my mage hand.
No, I would not let that. I'm lawful good. I would not allow that.
I look at everyone and ask if I should smother it.
It makes all 8 of my memories kind of, react. So I kind of snatch the sack over to myself and.
So do we milk Finny and add it to our Irish coffee?
I dare you. I dare you to milk me.
I have nipples. Greg. Could you milk me?
Whatever you're into.
Do you open the parcel?
Please somebody open that damn bag. I open the bag.
So Lee just reaches over, flings the top of the bag open, and inside of the bag is a tiny human baby.
Now I smother it with my mage hand.
I didn't even.
And I just like, well, shit, I didn't order this.
Could I return it to the bar? I was like, I pick it up and I walk up to the bar and I say, I'd like to deposit this in the lost and found.
The bartender looks at you and says, "Say what?
Lost.
You have a baby and a bar?
Found.
You lost your baby and now you're trying to give it away?"
This is absolutely not mine. Do you see these tits? Do I look like I've given birth?
No, I can't see your tits.
Not everyone
After birth, now come on.
Not everyone is as lucky as you. I've seen my mother's.
Look, I don't know whose baby this is, but you need to take it out.
I don't know either. I just figured this was the best place to take it because I found it on the floor.
Yeah, no, people aren't just tossing around babies
They
in the Iron Loot.
That's the problem. I am a client here with lots of money to spend, and this refuses crying is bothering me.
When is this money going to be start to spend?
Ordered like 3 rounds, man. I'll take another one if I can leave this baby with you.
And you think that's spending a lot of money? You buying 3 rounds of drinks?
Just getting started. We've been here for 20 minutes.
Right.
We're on it. We got dinner coming.
What do you do?
He kind of looks over towards the door, and there's this big bruiser guy.
Yeah, have him take it. He can smother it. They won't let me.
He's got big boobs.
He kind of stands up and he moves over closer to the bar so he can be a little bit closer to the action.
I mean,
Bartender
if you want
says,
us to leave,
"Look,
I understand, but I'm not taking this with me.
this does not belong to me,
Yes,
nor the
correct. It
tavern.
does not belong to me.
You were the last person to touch it.
Well, I
You
found
are
it on the
responsible
floor.
for it.
Was- I am a client here, and my experience is being disrupted.
By your child?
Throw it in the dumpster.
That's-
I'll drop it there for you if you don't want it.
Maybe next time don't have a baby if you're not interested in caring for it.
Trust me, honey, you can inspect this if you want. I have not had a baby.
Why don't you try being less of an asshole, barkeep?
Thank you, Lee, for backing me up.
All right, look, what's your name,
Thank
Lee?
you, Lee.
You just brought your baby up to me and told me to take it
It is
away.
not my baby.
How
It is
do
a
you
human
think
baby. Do
I
look
should
like a
react to
human?
this? The baby is with your group. I don't know who the baby in your group belongs to, but you brought
It's
the
gotta be
baby to
Gareth
me.
said, because there are no other humans in this group. Gareth,
you-
get your
Yeah.
baby.
I'm going to give you to the count of 10.
All right, I'm gonna go sit down. Here's your baby.
No. Take this baby with you.
I use Mage Hand to deposit the baby outside.
The bartender talks to the bouncer type guy again, and he
I
nods,
stuffed the baby in the bag of holding.
and he goes out the door. You overheard something about the city guard being called?
All right, we leave the baby there and we leave.
Hey, you played the card. You got to deal with the consequences.
I just don't know what to do with the baby.
It's a pickle. You're right.
I mean,
You wouldn't let me smother it with the mage hand?
No,
That would taking care of all of this.
you are not chaotic evil. That is not something you would have done.
I'm neutral. It's bothering me.
Yeah.
Would there be an orphanage in there?
A city this size would have a lot of orphans.
All right, so I saw you take it to
And
her.
orphanages.
I'll be back, guys.
Then
Can I
we-
drop the baby?
We will deal with the baby at the beginning of the next session because now it is pretty much 11.
Is Finny gonna attach it to her memories for now?
I have a nursing dog. I just had a feeling. It was that feeling of when the baby cries and sounds hungry.
You guys remember that White Lion song, When the Children Cry?
I order a
Yeah,
round of
I
whiskey.
do.
Yeah, that was a song.
Can I order a round of whiskey before we leave?
I guess.
They would probably spit in it.
No, we watched them pour it.
No, they're not gonna spit in it, but they'll. Now they're snooty.
Ooh, oh, the snootiness.
Yeah, now they're snooty about it.
Remember, this was the high-end part of town.
And here we
Yeah.
are with our babies.
I just want you to know that I'm very disappointed that a baby comes with my experience here. And I go sit down.
No one wants whiskey and a baby. Whiskey with a side of baby.
Or do they?
I mean,
Oh my.
they're nuts.
I'm trying to think if I have anything I can tie it up with.
God.
The bartender or the baby?
Big. Anybody have yarn?
The baby.
Oh, jeez.
I have Ray of Sickness that allows me to draw life out of something.
Oh my God! No!
No.
Heavens.
But it'll up my hit points.
You are attracting the attention of some really dark things right now.
Yeah.
Little Lux.
I like other things, I just don't like babies. What's wrong with that?
There's a difference between
Quarantine right now?
there's a
How long
difference
have you been on
between
quarantine?
there's a difference between not liking babies and actively murdering babies. There are two.
Right.
There's a galley.
It's closer to a fetus than an adult. Don't be such a Republican about this.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh boy.
I'm giving the side to side look right now.
This is this is where the wine gets us.
It's really just the enjoyment of your lovely face, Alex. Your face is amazing.
I'm really interested to see where this whole baby thing goes. I already have thoughts.
It's a dumpster.
We'll find like some manger and we'll just plop it in there and then that'll start Christianity and oh look, a new religion.
Oh.
So we can leave it in the barn? I'm okay with that.
Technically, you could leave it anywhere, but just expect repercussions
Hey,
from your choices. That's all I'm saying.
I tried to leave it in the lost and found. That seemed fair.
No, I am lawful good. I would not let harm come to this baby. I will
Whoa, Thornton.
find an orphanage if I have to.
He will
All right,
swaddle it with his own beard if he must.
I will use. Yes, I will let it
I
puke
give
in my beard.
Thornton the baby.
It's gonna be your side quest, just working through the bureaucracy.
Thoradin starts suckling the baby.
Child protective
On his man
services.
suit.
Mr. Mom, Dwarf edition.
Yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
dwarves make some super sweet, potent milk, let me tell you. I speak from experience. It's nice.
You
It's-
gotta taste my horse's milk now. Come on.
It's like spiced. I don't know how they make it. I don't know how they make it spiced, but it's like it is like a creamer. It's like it's like cinnamon in it and clove, and it's lovely. Yeah, just
See that?
dwarf milk straight from the teat. It's delicious.
Heidi's mare milk, on the other hand, is right out for me.
Did you also try it?
No, absolutely not.
No.
There is a reason that like food animals aren't given the shit that we put on our horses. I am not
I don't
drinking
put a
that.
bunch of shit on
It
our
is the furthest thing from organic that you can possibly get.
That sadly, it's not true. She gets a lot less than the meat animals that you eat.
Is bathed in chemicals.
All right. Malibu's up. I think she's tapping out.
Good night, Jackie. Thank you for joining us.
I love you. You're awesome.
Night, Jackie.
Good
night, everybody.
End the session.
Bye.
All good games end with a baby murder.
Alex is like, what's the worst thing I could do to Mel? The worst thing I could do to Mel is give her a small child.
Is make her a mommy.